Let's go.
Oh my God, what the hell is this? He's gonna try it! And will this be enough? My God,
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Ruckus Wrestling. I'm Josh, alongside my tag team partner in this journey, Justin Toner. How we doing?
Doing all right, my friend.
Yeah,
that's good stuff to talk about.
Yep, it's another week, another week of wrestling, another crazy stuff that's happening. And the one crazy thing is, I think we need to start with congratulations. Congratulations to Naomi and one Jimmy Uso.
Hello, Kaden.
Hey, Kaden. Welcome in. Always a pleasure to have you. But yes, congratulations to Naomi and Jimmy Uso, who we heard rumors that this was that they were with child.
To baby Uso.
At least, yeah, to baby Uso, to continuing the bloodline. And we'll get into that with Raw. But on Raw, it was determined that was true, as Naomi said that, and then they showed them with Stephanie McMahon as well, announcing that, they are having a baby, which this is the first child for Naomi, but it's a third child for Jimmy. He had two other kids as well, but previous relationship. But as far as I know, from the dirt sheets that I've read, they've been trying for a while.
Yeah.
So this was awesome for them. We said before in our previous episode, before I flip it to you, we said in our previous episode, if this is true, that is so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Counterpart to the con of it, she's on the best run of her career.
Yeah.
But I will take it as a fan and just good feelings and the good vibes. I will take her having to give up the title for this more than anything.
Right. I mean, if she has to give up the title, this was what we were all hoping why it was pulled from the match of the year last week, that she was pregnant. Because injury, that's really bad. That would absolutely suck. So it's great news for her that her and Jimmy are going to have a kid. They want to do this while she's had medical issues that complicated things. She had to have one of her ovaries removed, right, and another injury, and it's like fibroids, and it's all in the podcast that with Stephanie that came out. But so while this is great for her, hey Gif, it's bittersweet because she has to drop the title right when she's red fucking hot,
right,
as a heel and just doing great work in both in the ring and her promo work. So that's a bummer, but she will be back at some point, and we look forward to that. And so now the big question is, what are they going to do about the title?
I'm not Caden's in the chat, so he might agree with me here. No, just kidding. But somehow or another, the woman of all the opportunities that just so happened to fall in one's lap is a Roxanne Perez. Mm-hmm. And from the internet, at least from what I've seen, she's becoming hotter and hotter.
Yes.
More ways than one, as the days go on. Now, I don't think you throw the title on her, but I think it would be interesting because of the Judgment Day and the Liv Morgan and all of that would make it so intriguing to put the title on her. Yeah. That being said, Raquel Perez is on a run too. So yeah. I'm not going to take anything away from that. I mean, not Raquel. Sorry, not Roxanne Perez, but Raquel is on a run as well. I don't think you put it back on Io. I don't think you put it back on Rhea because it looks like they're doing something different.
And as much as many people, myself included, like to see Stephanie McMahon get belted, it's a little too soon for her to get belted. I'm okay with her. It's better to build toward her like winning the title at Mania, especially against like Rhea, that would be more appropriate. She just got on the main roster. Sasha hasn't done too many matches since she won the title shot. It's so weird.
Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt. We know what's going to happen. Speaking about getting on the main roster and they're going to put the title on her so early, who was on NXT's roster and they put it on super early?
Yeah, this was the other thing is that, I saw this too. It's like that there looks like they're this is what I think might have it. It's like
Stephanie?
Well, funny enough, JD Freeberg was one of the first ones to advocate for putting the belt on Roxanne as well.
Okay.
Because you want to keep it in a heel right now. And like you said, it wouldn't make sense for it to go back on Io or Rhea. Also, Stephanie's too soon. So where does that leave?
Well, but Roxanne's too soon.
Maybe. But she might be the best option if you want to keep it on a heel for the time being.
Right.
So, well, here's the thing. At this point, Stephanie's owed a title match.
Mm-hmm.
Io was owed a title match and she never got either.
Right.
So it makes sense that those two would be involved in any kind of match to crown the new champion. But the Prodigy can be like, hold on a second. I beat Io.
Something Rhea's never done.
I should be involved in this title match. So you can have it be a triple threat, which would allow the Prodigy to take the gold. So that's a very possibility.
Yep. With the Judgment Day and then getting the gold back in Judgment Day and all that other stuff. Like
exactly. Now think about this, the storyline possibilities. She gets the title for a bit of a time. If she still has the title when Liv comes back,
that's what I'm saying, dude. Because you put that and then it gives more power to the Judgment Day, who we need.
Yeah.
Because right now WWE is kind of stale. And we'll get into it with the reviews. But right now, WWE is kind of stale. I'm just going to call it what it is. Exactly. But there's things to get excited for. But for the product that we've had, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. The product we've had the past couple of years, right now it's a little stale. I'm not saying it's bad. We've not like 2019.
Both AEW and WWE got some issues with how they're doing some storylines. It's like it's like neither one is firing on all cylinders right now. So it's like
exactly. Giff, like right now with Roxanne and how they're booking it, Judgment Days for the past almost a year. It was like, what are we doing? Like, can we just move on from this? And now I'm like kind of back in on what Judgment Day is doing.
Yeah.
Not to say that like I'm super excited about it.
Just think of how jealous Liv would be if Roxanne has the title when she comes back from injury.
Right. And then Raquel's helping her doing it.
Yeah, and plus her and Raquel are bonding. So that's going to make her even more jealous that she feels that she's being replaced by Roxanne. Especially with Raquel. So Yeah, exactly. Like those are those are like kind of like, especially Rhea Stephanie. That's a WrestleMania motherfucking match, and because also it's like you can delay things. Like the big question is they got Crown Jewel in Perth coming up, so Rhea's going to be definitely getting some kind of title match. Now, whether she wins it or not, that's the question. But yeah, it's like we'll see what happens. But I think the best option, even depending on how long they want to have her have the title, is to give it to Roxanne for the time being.
She's got the mic skills. She's got
the
other
options don't make sense, and at this point, at least storyline wise, and plus it make things more juicy for her to take it. Because also the other thing is that they are clearly they're very focused on the storyline going on between Io and Rhea on one side and the Kabuki Wars on the other, which is definitely leading to at least Asuka going heel and probably Kyrie as well.
Yeah. So the reason I'm saying Roxanne, and it's not obviously biased. Obviously, I want her to have the title because me and Caden both we're both very big Roxanne people. But you would put it on Stephanie, but I don't think they were going to put on Stephanie to begin with. I think Naomi was going to.
Oh yeah, no, I think everyone agreed that even though the match was, we were all looking forward to Stephanie versus Naomi because it was going to be a badass match, but I was not expecting Stephanie to win this match. I was expecting Naomi to find a way to cheat to win to keep the title because I was like, they're not going to put the title on Stephanie this soon. she's got the rocket ship, but they're not putting that much rocket fuel into it right now.
Right. So what makes me think, and the reason I kind of let off with it before I thought about Stephanie there for a second, the reason they wouldn't have had her go over on Io if they weren't trying to, because we knew that Naomi was pregnant 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and they had Roxanne, and they put Roxanne against Io, and the fact that Roxanne went over, I don't care if it was, shenanigans and all other stuff, they still put her over.
Yeah, and so she's killing it. She's killing it in the ring and everything, and so it's like, it's like, yes, we are very biased here about the Prodigy, and so is Katie Crawford, but it makes a lot of sense to put the belt on Roxanne versus the other options right now. Yeah, because they obviously wanted to be on a heel for the time being, and there's not a lot of other top heels right now because Liv is still out injured, and now Naomi has to take time off to have her baby, and so the only other big heel in the division right now is Becky, and she's got the women's IC title. Now they're teasing Kyrie going back to the dark side, and they're also very clearly teasing Bayley going to the dark side. We'll talk about that.
That's some weird Wyatt Six stuff that she's doing, which we'll get to that.
She's turning into a female Randy Orton. She's hearing voices in her head, and it's like we'll get into that later. But
and so we know Roxanne can do it on mic.
Right. There are other potential more heels on the horizon, but for the options right now, it makes the most sense to me. But we'll see what happens. We'll find out on Monday when the show will be overseas, so it'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern start time. So I'll get to check it out after work,
right?
later that day, because I'll be working.
But it's just so weird how I like it for Roxanne, obviously as a big fan, but I don't. But I don't like the fact that it's happening because other people either hurt, pregnant, like it's coming on the back.
Yeah, it is weird because like she became tag team champion because of Liv's injury,
right? And this was supposed to be like a storyline with Liv and Raquel, and
it still is, but that's kind of like that will come back into play when Liv returns,
right? But they did well with the booking of with Roxanne and Raquel. They did really well with that. I will. Raquel, like I said, Rodriguez. Sorry, I said Raquel Perez. No, Raquel Rodriguez. And they've been booking her very well since her and like she was fine with Liv, but she's taking the next step with Roxanne.
This is a very good question. It's like that could lead to further tension, like Asuka either tries to help again and accidentally costs Io the match, and that allows Roxanne to take the title out from under her and Stephanie, or she does it on purpose to complete the heel turn. That's definitely in play.
I just
if they're doing the triple threat, which
I just it just makes, like you were saying,
it doesn't make sense because like Roxanne's not going to stand by and be like, why is she? It's like it's like, why is she getting title match? I beat her. I deserve a shot at the title.
Like I said, she did something that Rhea's never done, which is beat Io.
Yep, and she can use that. She can rub that in Rhea's face, like I've beaten Io. You haven't.
Yeah.
So
she's like, and of course, Rhea be like, I could beat you again, like I beat you before. She's like, oh yeah, right. But you can't beat Io. I did that.
Both her and Raquel can rub her face because as commentary reminded during the match this week, Raquel won the NXT Women's Championship from Io.
Right.
She beat Io.
And the thing is Rhea, Stephanie, and Io, even if Roxanne loses this, then it would take her back. Those three are not losing any momentum.
Right.
Io's the best worker in the company next to like Seth Rollins and Gunther.
Yeah.
Rhea's Rhea, who's the most over. She's like the top 3 most over person in the company.
Yeah.
And Stephanie, she's got a golden.
She's on the rise. Her not winning the title at this point is not going to hurt her.
Yeah. So putting it on Roxanne with all the storylines you could do,
just
makes so much more. Not sense, but it doesn't make sense. But like it just gives you more opportunities.
It gives, especially with the Liv factor. It's like
right. And Roxanne, we know because, as Caden was saying, like her last run at NXT champion was the best women's run of that era, of that year, or whatever it was. We've said that multiple times. And it was her being a heel for the first time. And it was a little rocky, but when she got there, it got there.
Yeah. Also, by the way, check out her Roxanne's.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. You know I'm going to do that.
I watched it in full today. It's excellent. Lots of good stuff.
Yeah, but no, excited for the fact that we might see the Prodigy with the belt a lot quicker than what we think.
Yeah, I'll admit if she does end up with the belt because of this, I'm going to mark out.
Yeah, I mean it's so cool. It's so cool. And what, she's 23 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure that you're good. Like, it's like, it's like if it happens, it's like, you okay, Josh? You're not having a heart attack, are you?
It's just she's and then like it's okay, guys. I recognized her for her in-ring and everything ability. Like she's so young and she's taking it's just like water to an ocean. Yeah. I don't know what analogy it is, but it's just so natural to her as how good she is in the ring. And she can work with so many different people. And then you give her the mic, and yes, it comes off a little bit here and there. Like, I don't think anyone's ever going to match Becky in mic skills as far as a female is concerned.
She's getting there. In fact, on Main Fleet, she said she didn't feel comfortable doing promos until she turned heel last year. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like it took a while. I mean, like the Kiana James still cage match is still just a bane of my existence.
Let's forget about that. Right. So we'll find out. So there's a lot of possibilities, but I think that one is the one that makes the most sense to me. But we will see what happens. We'll find out what Adam Pearce is going to do to fill the vacancy come Monday.
Yeah. The other wrestling news that's come out is Wrestlepalooza, which was a former ECW, correct?
Yes, it's the name of an old ECW pay-per-view.
And this is in September, I believe, was the first PLE on ESPN. Now,
now we probably wait a minute. I thought that the PLEs were not moving to ESPN until next year. They changed their mind because guess what? They still want to fuck with Tony Khan and AEW. Yeah. Because it just so happens that the Wrestlepalooza is going to happen on September. Let me see here. Is it 20th? I believe that's the date. Yep, September 20th. I got it right here. Pulled up the thing. Yeah, that's the same day as All Out in Toronto.
Yep.
Shocker.
Now,
they haven't announced any matches yet, but the rumor is that they're looking to do not only Cena versus Brock on that show, but Cody versus Drew as well, to really try to stick it to AEW.
As we've learned, when they've tried to counter program, it doesn't really work.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the price is probably gonna be through that.
Yeah, and we can explain that for a second, but back to my point of counter programming doesn't really hurt AEW when it comes to pay-per-views. Because I think the fans know that, yes, their weekly shows are a little bit everywhere, but when it comes to their pay-per-views, of the 6 years of their existence, they fucking deliver. What, maybe 2 shows out of the 6 years of their existence?
There's only been like at the most 2, maybe 3 pay-per-views that were like not that great.
Right. So,
it's a track record. They rarely fuck up a pay-per-view. So,
and the fact that WWE keeps trying to do this and then also trying to, rumor has it, undercut them getting another TV deal. But obviously Meltzer, if you kept up with Meltzer, because he loves AEW because he's a big Bucks. I think him and Bucks and Kenny Omega are like very, very, very close because he always wants to prop up AEW.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, I did not like NXT being sacrificed against All in Texas.
Because the black and gold brand was sacrificed because of AEW. Anyway,
I did not appreciate that. And even though Forbidden Door and Heat Wave are both on Sunday, they're on at different times because of the time difference. So Forbidden Door is starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time because they're in London, and Heat Wave will start at 7 p.m. Eastern in the evening. So they will not. It's like they will not overrun each other, thankfully. So.
But yeah, and also with the ratings thing, because Raw is now on Netflix, Meltzer has been trying, and a lot of people are trying to compare because Dynamite and on TNT is like, oh, here's this, but because right, but because
long, man,
right, because AEW also streams on Max about the same time, so people can watch it on Max and also on TNT. So numbers and true, people are saying that AEW is pulling in like 1 million viewers a week based off of Max numbers and what they're doing. Now, granted, you can bump those numbers up, but I'm just putting that's
right. And plus the fact that WWE has diversified themselves onto different platforms despite that, AEW will still have options besides HBO or Warner Brothers. Amazon is also in play because Amazon Prime Video is one of the few places in the U.S. that you can purchase the AEW pay-per-views right now.
Right.
A lot of the old options have disappeared, like Triller TV. Triller TV is not carrying Forbidden Door in the U.S. Outside the U.S., you can get it through Triller. Because I did some checking because me and my friend James are going to watch Forbidden Door together. The only ways you can get it is through Prime Video, Sling TV, payperview.com, and I think one other place. So like it's like or go to certain Dave and Buster locations.
Buffalo Wild Wings in the old days where I used to watch all the WWE pay-per-views. That's where I used to go.
There's certain bars across the nation that put on pay-per-views and stuff. So
or you can go to for nowadays with WWE, they're putting them in theaters. So you can go there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing too. No, it's like the pre-show is going to start at 11:30 a.m. Caden. They already announced it. The 0 hour starts at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. It's an hour and a half, and then the actual show starts at 1 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah. To go back with Caden was talking about with the Wrestlepalooza prices. So yes, ESPN is charging $30 a month, which is insane. But the thing is, if you have certain providers, you do not have to pay for that, and you will get the pay-per-view. So but right now, as myself who has YouTube TV. They haven't struck a deal yet.
And I have Sling TV, and they also, I checked the new app. They already put out the new app this morning. My Fire TV automatically updated it. My Sling TV, me having Sling TV is still logged in, and so I can stream certain ESPN stuff on there outside of stuff labeled Plus. But there's no indication that I have access to the exclusive streaming content that those other providers that currently got it at launch, or you're paying the $30 a month or for getting the subscription. So I'm gonna have to wait and see what happens, because if Sling TV doesn't work something out before Wrestlepalooza happens, I have to consider either switching to Fubo TV
or do a free trial. Do a free trial.
Or at least to do a free trial Fubo. Or I may have to go the VPN route. I'd rather watch it on my TV and not on my little laptop. So
I think it's only a matter of time, especially for WrestleMania when it was supposed to kick off as ESPN taking over the PLE stuff. I expect, because even Sean Ross Sapp even came out and was like, yeah, right now, certain places that were saying they were going to have it don't have, because they haven't struck the deal yet with ESPN. I expect it to happen by April of 2026. I expect that to happen.
Right.
Because they're just going to ESPN. And plus, I think this Wrestlepalooza is putting fighting fires under YouTube TV or whoever to make a deal with that, or seeing how much people really care about the product, to how many free trials subscriptions. Because I think they're going to, because it's a new launch of the app of what they're doing.
Yes.
As well, Caden, is because it's not just your typical get your ESPN app. No, they're relaunching it. They've invested billions of dollars, not just for WWE, but for the NFL Network and a lot of other things. They've invested billions of dollars into this app. For that, the fact that they're charging $30 a month makes no sense. But this is kind of what this is Wrestlepalooza is their bar meter of like, all right, where are we at?
Yeah, exactly. It's that, and also they're getting to fuck with AEW again.
Yeah.
And it's not about trying to steal people away. It's about stealing the conversation.
Right.
It's about stealing the talk on social media away from AEW.
And the fact that
they know that they're not going to draw people away. You know, there's a few people like me and Josh who watch both companies, but not everyone watches both companies.
Nope. It's very tribal.
There are WWE only fans and AEW only fans. You know, it's like, so those who are loyal to just the one company are going to tune in no matter what. So, you know, it's just about stealing headlines away from AEW.
Yeah,
that's all. And it's petty, it's stupid, it's annoying, but this is the norm for now. And we're gonna have to deal with it.
It's stupid petty, but don't hate the player, hate the game. Like I understand why they would do it, but I just don't like when people are like AEW is not a threat, but yet you keep counter programming them and you keep trying to get them. Again, we don't know that they're actually trying to get Warner's not to give them a deal just to make TNA. I was like, there's enough stuff to go around to where you can put TNA on something. Plus, you don't own the company.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like and those who want, like, the ones I don't understand, I get being loyal to one company over the other. I get that, you know, that's understandable, or preferring one over the other. But those trolls out there who want AEW to fail, they can go fuck themselves, because wrestling has been better because AEW exists. It's like it, and even though WWE doesn't like it, it's forced them to be better. It's better for the wrestlers because they're getting paid more, because Tony's willing to match or even exceed what WWE is and try to bring people over.
Yeah,
I mean, like Stephanie McCure agonized, is like was briefly conflicted about choosing between AEW and WWE, because Tony was offering her more money than WWE was willing to pay, but it took HBK imploring her to be like, no, come work with us, to convince her to go to where she was always wanted to go, you know. So,
WWE is the mecca. We understand that, but to sit there and say that it's the only way to go is different, because you ask Will Ospreay, you ask Swerve Strickland, who was there and is having the best run of his career. Multiple wrestlers in AEW who are very, like Hangman Adam Page. Would he have flourished in WWE? Probably.
And plus,
he wouldn't be where he is.
Yeah, a lot of ex-WWE guys who were, decided to, they weren't happy there and decided to, I've done enough here, I wanted to move on, like Adam Copeland. I think I stood more, and same with Bryan Danielson. They went over there because it's alternative. But it's like, if it was just TNA around, do you think they would have gone to TNA? I don't think so.
No. I mean, what other TNA is not going to Wembley Stadium and putting 60,000 people in that bitch.
Yeah, I don't. It's like Tony's not perfect, but I don't understand the hate either. It's like
no. Does he not have a control of the locker room? Hell no. But he still puts. At least he gives.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, because some of the booking here makes me wonder if some of these reports are definitely true. We'll get into that. All right. What's the
last thing is John Cena's last match has apparently been announced for Saturday night's main event.
Yes, but not counter programmed against AEW. It's still scheduled to be in early December as of now. Okay, they haven't moved it.
Okay, because that was the rumor that they were trying to counter program.
The other big news is that besides WWE deciding to move over to ESPN a lot sooner, is that Saturday night's main event is staying on Peacock, and it's going to be on Peacock only. It's not going to air on NBC. So hopefully that means less mother effing commercials.
Right.
Especially for if they're going to have Cena's last match being on Saturday night's main event in December. Also, apparently, the libraries are staying where they are, and also the NXT PLEs are still going to air on Peacock for the time being. So,
if anything, just watch the WWE Vault and all that other stuff they've been putting out, because they've been that. Honestly, YouTube is where it's at if you want like old school content.
So, there's rumors that they're thinking of maybe moving it to try to counter program EW again, but that's not the case. It's like, I think it's like December 13th, I think, is when they announced when that one's taking place. Yeah, Saturday the 13th. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, December 13th. Yeah. As far as I know. Now, if Brock's not his last opponent, just do AJ Styles. Just do AJ Styles. It won't be, but I would love his last opponent to be AJ Styles because that's what Cena was saying. Like his wrestling soulmates are, and Edge isn't there.
Yeah, thank God for God bless the Vault.
Yeah, the Vault's been awesome.
The team that runs the Vault are the best.
Yeah. Who do you think is his last match?
I don't know who's going to be his last match.
He wouldn't have said AJ was a soulmate, wrestling soulmate, if they.
I could see either maybe AJ or to really kind of like add some more fuel to him. Maybe Gunther, if Gunther's still a heel. It depends on where Gunther's going to be in the heel or face dynamic when he returns from his layoff.
Right. It does feel weird that AJ was his last match.
Yeah, because the word is they're going to do Brock for Wrestlepalooza.
That's what I'm saying. Like it typically, I would have said Brock. Yeah. But if he's doing Wrestlepalooza, are you going to? I mean, is it just a? Why would you do it again?
And that makes more sense. They want to do it on a big PLE and not on a Saturday Night's Main Event. Brock Cena. Right. So
and I'm with you. Like either.
Yeah, I think Gunther is a very high possibility because then he can brag about having retired both Goldberg and Gunther. Goldberg and Cena on his resume. So
yeah, it makes sense. And I just need AJ and Cena one more time. Ever since, because I mean, that was the best match that Cena's done, and then he did stuff with Cody.
We'll see if they can fit it in, because there's Wrestlepalooza, then there's Crown Jewel Perth, then there's Survivor Series. And then after Survivor Series will be the Saturday Night's Main Event in December.
Yeah. I don't know. I just know that it was crazy. Those 15 years that Cena was the face of the company, and people were like, oh, yeah, well, TNA, as hot as it was, AJ was the face of the company. They finally faced off, and they delivered. And they delivered one of the best matches Cena ever did. And then Cena comes out talking about AJ. They have to do something. They have to do something,
right?
It's just because we don't have Edge. Edge would have been my last match. We've talked about this a gajillion times.
He would have been a great final opponent because of their history, but since he's AEW, that's off the table.
Maybe, but I don't know what that does.
Yeah, it's like they don't have the kind of history that like he has with AJ or the possibilities of Gunther.
Let's say like Gunther is him putting someone over, like Cody.
Yeah.
Right? Because people were complaining about this whole Cena heel run, not just because the heel run was terrible, but because he was going through the hits. CM Punk, Randy Orton, I mean,
I could see him challenging Seth for the title maybe before the retirement tour is over. Just for funsies. So
Braun.
Maybe that's another option.
Yeah, but I'm saying Gunther and Braun or AJ.
There's more than one option on the table here, so that's kind of makes it hard to figure out who he's going to wrestle in his last match in December. So we shall see.
We shall see. Are you ready for SmackDown, sir?
Yeah, let's get to the shows, and then because we got both to preview both Forbidden Door and Heatwave on Sunday. So.
Jesus. All right. The show opened with a promo face-off between Solo Sikoa and NFTs and Sami Zayn. It was revealed that Sami had been moved to SmackDown to feud with Solo and go after the U.S. title and set up the main event with Jimmy Uso, and Jacob Fatu came to help Sami against the heels. Alexa Bliss defeated Piper Niven, but the heels beat down Alexa and Charlotte after the match and stood tall. The WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill argued with SmackDown GM Nick Aldis. Jade said that she had her match won and she wanted another shot. Stratton said she had already beat Jade. Nia Jax walked in to complain about Jade not winning the WWE title, so Jax wanted another shot. Stratton said she would prove it to Jax again. Mello Don't Miz, which they finally put the name out there, defeated Fraxium, which I'm glad. Anyway, we'll get to it. When Miz tagged himself in with Mello, was about to win it and got the winning pin instead. We want Mello chance happen during the match, which I really enjoyed. Tiffany Stratton was shown walking backstage when Kiana James approached. James talked about how Stratton could get some backup in the form of James and Julia. James suggested brand expansion and handed Stratton her business card. Stratton shut down Kiana's help and left. Meechan walked in to tell James that she had Julia's next. Julia, Jesus, don't get plural. James said, she had Julia next. James said that it would be under advisement and left. Drew McIntyre cut a promo in the ring on Cody Rhodes saying What happened last week was Cody's fault, not his. Drew claimed that he was not a bad guy, but if you provoke him, then he'll do violent things. The Street Profits defeated DIY. R-Truth was interviewed by Byron Saxton backstage, but was interrupted by Aleister Black, who had words for Truth, and Truth got serious with him, setting up a match for next week. In the main event, Sami Zayn, Jacob Fatu, and Jimmy Uso defeated the MFT in a 6-man tag match. After the match, the babyfaces celebrated with Jacob giving Sami a hug to close out the show. First thing I'll say is, at least we didn't have a DQ finish for the first time in God forever.
First, yes, that is a very intriguing possibility. And this is where I want to start with perfectly, because this is where I wanted to start out with. One of my first big problems about this. Why the fuck are we teasing Tiffany wrestling Nia Jax again? This shows that there's some kind of depth problem with the women's division over in SmackDown that is starting to get on my nerves. It's like, there's no one else besides Jade Cargill, Nia Jax for Tiffany to feud with in the women's title picture. You know, at least Julia's got Michin coming after her. We're building toward that. But and then now on top of that, Kiana James warned Tiffany that Julia can come after her as well at any time. If you're not with us, you're against us. So that's a tease. So it's like, I'm like, as soon as Nia Jax came in picture, I was like, no, not again. Yes, they've had good matches, but we beat that feud into the fucking ground. Please do not go back to it, for the love of God.
When Naomi went to Raw,
that's what
yeah,
what
and they haven't booked the rest of them credible, because you had it with Chelsea Green, you had it, and you jobbed her the fuck out. You solo Sikoa'd her.
Yep.
And now Solo's trying, but as we see in the main event, he's still looking like a nothing burger.
Yeah. And Chelsea's not a factor because obviously they don't want her in the world title picture right now, which is why she's down in NXT helping out Ethan Page, which thankfully is enjoyable.
No, it's great. But Chelsea is exactly what Tiffany Stratton needs right now, and they've booked her away from it.
Yeah.
Chelsea is the perfect fodder for this.
Both Alexa and Charlotte are out of the picture because they're got the tag titles, and they're also feuding with Chelsea, the Secret Hermits, because obviously the Secret Hermits are going to be their next challengers for the titles.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable that both of these are going to be. Caden, let me say this.
Yeah,
it's inevitable that both of these are going to be called up because I think they're going to be amazing superstars on the main roster. That being said, this isn't the first or last. This isn't the last match these two have together, because this feud is way too rich for NXT just to do it once.
Yeah, I hope it's not a one and done feud myself. As much as I would like to see Jordan get moved to the main roster, because she definitely is ready for it. They're obviously not going to rush Blake going to the main roster. She's going to be in NXT for a little bit because they want to make sure she gets the title, has a nice heel run down there before she goes to the main roster.
And also.
But they at some point they may have to bring some people up from NXT to help fill the gaps here on SmackDown.
Lash Legend.
Yeah. They're definitely looking at Lash, after that match she had with Nia. Even though she lost, she got to look good. So, but yeah, the top of the title picture in the women's division on SmackDown it's got a big problem right now.
Yeah, and it's not Tiffany's fault.
It's not Tiffany's fault.
It's
all about the booking, and they haven't built up other credible challengers for her. She is a champion. Like that, sometimes there's a champion in the Lash is ready. But yeah, it's all right. We know what you meant. It's all right.
Right. But with Tiffany. Has her run been terrible? Yeah, probably. I mean, I'll just go out there and say that it's not been what we thought it would be.
No, and it's all because of booking. It's not Tiffany's fault. Tiffany can back it up in the ring.
She can back up in the ring. She can back on the mic. Now, granted, on the mic, you've got to figure out what the hell she is as a character, because you're presenting her as a baby face, but she cuts these weird.
Yeah, she still acts heelish even though she's supposed to be a baby face. So it's like you really got to. I think they got to work on her character a little more to clearly define where she is. I mean, if you want to be a tweener, make that a little more clear. But it's like there's a lot there's a little bit of confusion. It's like, is she a heel or is she a babyface or not? It's like
No.
sometimes I'm like,
and Caden down there, exactly, Tiffany, not to blame. Look,
yeah,
I wasn't watching NXT ever since they did the 2.0 stuff. I kind of was just like boycotting NXT, and I know I joked about Roxanne when she was in NXT.
I somehow was able to watch during the 2.0,
Right.
so I got to see Tiffany and Mello and and Braun and all those come up.
And Justin brought me back to it, and like one of the first matches, he was talking about Tiffany Stratton. I was like, okay, and I watched her. All it took was one match, and I told him the next show we did, I was like, okay, yeah, I get Tiffany.
Yeah,
that's all it took. That's how good she was. Is all it took was one match for me to be like, I get her character, I get her performance, she does, and then I saw her mic skills, she was everything.
Yeah, exactly. The Roxanne and Braun staying in NXT longer to both work both sides has benefited them greatly. And you see where both the Prodigy and Braun Breaker are right now, so that was the right call.
Yeah. But it just they're in a Naomi was supposed to be there dilemma.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Because they decided to do a swerve, which was the right swerve, by the way. I'm not getting on that swerve because Naomi's winning that at Evolution was still right.
They needed to move Naomi over because like Raw needed Humo and they wanted to freshen things up. But now that she's had to step away because she's pregnant, now there's another void again.
Right.
So,
but anyway, yes, I agree with you. It's just the top of the women's division. It's like there's such a drop off.
Yeah.
Because of how they booked it, where Tiffany's the top, then there's not 50 feet of crap, but it's like, who's credible? To me, would be Chelsea.
I feel Sol Ruckus ready too at this point, besides the last get called up too.
Sol's dynamite on that. Now, one thing I'll say, and I told you this, to go back to the opening promo with Sammy.
Yeah. How do you feel about this? Because I was kind of conflicted. I'm like, it felt like, okay, you're setting aside your goal of becoming a world champion to go after the U.S. title because Solo and the MFTs pissed you off. That's why you moved over to SmackDown.
I commented to you when that happened. I felt this was that it wasn't to this degree, but it was was Cody after winning the Royal Rumble, and this is where we're going. And then The Rock comes out, and then Cody goes, "Well, I'm not going to do it at WrestleMania." Obviously not to that degree, but this is how I felt that promo is Sammy trying to put over the fact that they moved him to SmackDown. He's going after a mid-card when he should be going after the main title.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, that's what I'm like, he's putting aside world title aspirations to go after a mid-card title just because Soul pissed him off. I'm sorry, that it's like
you can sell me on a lot of things. That one I can't buy.
Because he sucked back and then he sucked back into the fucking bloodline vortex again.
Right. So, yeah, we're on a bloodline vortex.
Now it's going to cause tensions because Jacob Fatu wants the U.S. title back. Yeah. Now they were able to get along for the main event, but how long is it going to last? And plus Jimmy's got to play peacemaker because Jimmy and Sammy are they're bros. So
right. That's how I felt. I'm like,
it was weird.
What are we doing?
Now let's turn over the positive. I'll always say the Drew McIntyre promo, home run as
what? Drew McIntyre had a good promo?
Yeah. Drew nailed it. So that was great. Great setup to Cody Drew. I don't think they're gonna do that in Clash because I think the reason Cody's off TV is to take care of his Street Fighter filming commitments.
Right. Which there was a picture of him in a silhouette, by the way.
Yeah. So I think they're probably going to do that at Wrestlepalooza, which makes sense as the rumors are. Let's get to the Mello thing because the Mello thing really got my attention and made me happy because not only are they finally fucking doing something with Mello, but he's getting over.
He's getting over.
It started online with the We Want Mello.
Shout out IWC on this one. Shout out IWC on this one.
IWC has been voicing their support for Mello online. And it's translated over to the fans arena because you could hear the We Want Mello and they are behind him. They're and plus obviously either they heard or it's just happened to be a coincidence. The storyline with the Miz is setting up a babyface turn for him.
Yeah.
And because like even I was like got pissed off when Miz stole the pin from him, and like you could hear the fans booing the fuck out of that.
Right.
They were not happy that Miz did that to Melo.
I don't like that they jobbed Fraxium out though, but
it is what it is.
Someone has to take the pin,
right?
Because you're trying to push something else. But
yeah, Drew's the best. Yes, yeah.
That's what we're hoping.
Wanted for a while. It's like they're finally doing something with Melo, and it's like the fans are behind it. So, thumbs up for that.
Yeah. R-Truth. Yeah, him and Alistair.
I think they're kind of like doing like almost like a split personality with him, where it's like he can be goofy R-Truth, but if you push him, he'll turn into serious Ron Killings. I'll kick your ass. And
that's kind of what I was hoping they would do when he came back.
And then he went straight with this. Yeah, that's definitely seemed to be the implication, because he stopped being all like happy-go-lucky R-Truth and got fucking real fucking serious and right into Aleister Black's face. And I was just like, he's like, yeah, that's who I wanted to see.
Yeah. So at least it gave a layer to his character, because we had serious R-Truth cutting the dreads off. Cool. And then Cena became face again, and they did the whole like thing. Goes, oh, are we just going to throw away everything R-Truth's trying to do? Nope, we're giving you both. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's like the booking is not helping. So it's like that's a bit of a mess there.
See my opinion on Tiffany. It's not her fault. See my opinion on Sam. It's not his fault either.
Yeah.
I mean, because like this time 4 months ago, I was like, oh, Sammy's going to win the Royal Rumble. Now I'm like, I don't know.
Promise DIY, that was fine. The Charlotte Alexa versus Chelsea Green and the Hervis, that's fine. Main event was fine. At least
the Hervis got to stand tall to give some.
Yes, they needed that. They needed that beat down, because Alexa and Charlotte have had the upper hand on them for most of this. So
how long do you think this Charlotte Alexa run's going to go?
That's a good,
because I am enjoying the hell out of it.
I am. I could see this lasting until maybe the Rumble, come Rumble time.
I could see that
before the cracks start to happen.
This is at least a 4 month. 4 monther here.
This feels like this could eventually lead to them having a showdown at WrestleMania next year.
If they get it to where Charlotte is over as a singles babyface,
because the right move would be Alexa to go back heel and turn on Charlotte instead of the predictable Charlotte goes back to being a heel and turns on Alexa.
Because if that happens, this is the best work Alexa Bliss has ever done, and she should ride off on the sunset as one of the best workers ever of all time. Because you took the X-Pac of all X-Pac heat off of Charlotte Flair and made her over babyface again.
Mm-hmm.
That is hard. Yep. And Alexa has been able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's all writing, but you still have to pull it off. And Alexa, the way she's been able to do it, that's why she got the pop that she did, and that's why we've been missing her, is because she just has. I don't know how to describe what Alexa has, but she has that.
She's definitely got it, and she's got that connection with the fans. It's like so. Yeah. And this has helped Charlotte. What a turnaround from the beginning of the year, where like they were booing Charlotte so she couldn't be able to talk post Royal Rumble heading into Mania, where now she's just as popular as Alexa is as a babyface. I mean, and that's a testament to the work of both ladies and the storytelling in this storyline so far.
That odd couple stuff, when it works, it works.
It was. Yeah, Rock and Sock, if you do it right, it works.
Yeah, there was another odd couple that I was thinking of.
Anything else on SmackDown before we
No. Like I said, there was good stuff and there was bad stuff, and that's pretty much going to be the whole part of this whole show.
That's what it feels like a lot lately. It's like there's good and there's bad. So
all right. So for Raw, the Vision opened the show with a promo with Paul Heyman doing a lot of talking because of being in Philly and ECW. Jey Uso came out, and after an exchange with Heyman, the main event between Jey and Braun was made an Extreme Rules match. Io talked with Asuka and Kairi Sane in the back about last week. They apologized about last week with Io appreciated, but said she needed to do this match alone tonight. Io Sky defeated Raquel Rodriguez, and the heels started a beatdown after the match, but Rhea Ripley came out to make the save. LA Knight was about to be interviewed by Jackie Redmond, but CM Punk interrupted. They had words with Punk saying we need to work together against the Vision, but Knight wasn't on board because it's everyone for themselves in the four-way title match at Clash in Paris. Penta defeated Xavier Woods because of a hat. The Judgment Day defeated Dragon Lee and Mr. Iguana because he got an iguana. Shout out Wrestle Talk. El Hijo del Vikingo showed up. to save the faces from a Judgment Day beatdown, but he got taken out too, and Judgment Day stood tall in the end. Good promotion for AAA. We got another video promo from Bayley, who is hearing a voice in her head that is basically ding dong hello, heel Bayley, telling her to listen to her and go back to her heel ways, but Bayley resists for now. Becky Lynch defeated Natalya to retain the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky attacked Natty and Maxine after the match, but Nikki Bella came out to make the save and laid Becky out with her finisher to a good pop. Sheamus's interview was interrupted by Rusev, and they had to be separated. Adam Pearce came in and said he hasn't had enough and put them in a match at Clash in Paris in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Adam Pearce was in the ring and introduced the women's world champion, Naomi. She came out and had them play a clip from Stephanie McMahon's new podcast that came out this week where her and her husband, Jimmy Uso, announced they were having a baby. The fans were happy for Naomi. They chanted, "You deserve it," and Baby Uso. She stayed in character and told Pierce she wasn't going to give him the title personally and made him leave. She cut a promo officially vacating the title and vowed that when she came back, whoever's the champion better proceed with caution. In the main event, Jey Uso defeated Braun Breaker in an Extreme Rules match. Lots of interferences from the Vision, countered by CM Punk and LA Knight at first, with Punk accidentally putting Knight through a table as he fought Seth to the back. Roman Reigns' music hit, and he came out to spear Braun out of nowhere, took out Bronson Reed, and put Braun back in the ring, allowing Jey Uso to put Braun on a table and hit the Uso splash through the table to get the win. Jey and Roman celebrated as the Vision retreated. Roman told Bronson Reed he will see him in Paris to close out the show. So, Justin.
Hold on. I forgot to include one other important segment in the recap. I apologize. The backstage segment where the Kabuki Warriors came up to Io and Rhea, and Asuka started bitching about how, like, it's okay for Rhea to come out to help her, but not them. And Asuka and Rhea got into it, and that led to Io getting all upset and go off at a major temper tantrum.
I was wondering what that was, because I remember that. Justin, I'm gonna step away for a second. I'll give you the floor to go over what your initial thoughts on Raw was, and I'll be back to discuss.
Okay. So for Raw, here's my thoughts. How they handled everything with Naomi was well done. It's like the fans were definitely giving her a lot of love, support for having a baby, and like what she said there, as she had to vacate the title. Thought that was well done. Let's see. I liked all the stuff with Io and Raquel. That was a really good match. And all the stuff with Rhea, and that led to the Kabuki Warriors. So I'm liking where that storyline is going. It was interesting how Punk was trying to be the voice of reason with both LA Knight and Jey Uso, but they're not kind of hearing it because they're more focused on the title and not about the numbers game against the division, which makes sense. And so that's a nice little bit of tension heading into the title match. That the babyfaces are all on the same page. I liked Vikingo showing up to continue the stuff with Dirty Dom, because they got they're gonna face off again for the Triple Mania title at Worlds Collide in Vegas. Good setup with Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. I think they'll probably make Becky versus Nikki for the Women's Intercontinental title official for Clash probably this Monday. The opening I'm getting kind of getting tired of the same kind of opening segment promo. It's like, I get the vision, but can we change things up a little bit? I kind of knew where it was going. I was like, they're gonna reference ECW, blah 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 blah. And I was like, of course Extreme Rules. It's like they couldn't help themselves, But at least we had a clean finish for the main event, because there was no DQ.
Right.
And plus we got a lot of chaos that you would expect. It's like I like the miscommunication there between Punk and LA Knight, and Punk accidentally putting him through the table. That's definitely going to come into play come Monday. And of course, Roman showing up made sense to help family. It's amazing the pops he gets. It's like the fans just fucking love him so much. And so he's back, and that sets up Roman versus Bronson Reed 1-on-1, which that's gonna fucking cook.
Yeah.
I love the Trouble Thief, holder of the Shula Follow. I love that whole bit.
This is the best gimmick he's had.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Now, granted, he needs to kind of keep. I think he needs to keep doing that for a little bit, just to build up Bronson, in a sense. But yeah, just kind of piggyback on what you were saying. That promo, I was waiting for. I am the visionary. I am the blah, blah, blah. I've been saying this for 4 weeks straight. And then Bronson Reed is Braun Breaker is the future of WrestleMania, and Bronson Reed, who is the Shula Fala. Like, we've heard this for 2 weeks straight, dude.
Yeah,
like, get to the point. I like the booking of putting Jey Uso in that street fight. Shout out to and of course they're in Philadelphia, so he did a nod to
New Jack for
his entrance.
Yep.
And so he did that. And then the way they booked it at the end was fine. Obviously, it was very predictable, but at least they booked it the way we predicted it. Because if they did it some other weird way, it just wouldn't make sense. So I like the way they booked that. My favorite part about this whole thing is CM Punk and LA Knight's situation. That's the most intriguing part of this whole thing.
That's got some juice. That's got some
juice to it. Got some juice to it. Now, granted, is it CM Punk? Is it LA Knight? I don't know. It's different. That's the thing.
Also, even though they didn't say it on there, if you look on the website, LA Knight is officially moved to Raw.
Right.
So, thank you. That's what we wanted.
Right.
Wish they said something about it like they did with Sammy, but he's officially been moved to Raw. So, I guess you consider that it was a swap. LA Knight and Sammy were basically a swap between Pierce and Aldis.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So, you know what my favorite part of the show was?
What?
Naomi's promo.
It was really great.
She kept.
I like she stayed in character to shoo Adam out of the wing, and the fans were behind it. And you can see Adam smiling, like, okay.
Yeah, and then just her whole thing of like, yeah, I'm gonna go, but yeah, congratulations whoever gets this title because you're just gonna hold it for me.
Yep, I'll be. It's like I like that. She's like, yeah, I have to leave. I have to vacate the title, but when I come back, I'm coming forever as champion. They better proceed caution.
Yeah.
So
it
was great.
It was a bittersweet thing because the
Baby
so
Uso
good.
chant made me just go, oh man.
What?
The Baby Uso chant warmed my heart.
Oh yeah, and then the whole thing of like the bloodline will continue.
Yeah, the bloodline will continue.
Right, and then Jimmy Uso really likes Netflix and chill, or something like that. I forget.
While you're getting a step away from it, I said all the stuff like Io, Raquel, really good match. You know, Raquel and Roxanne attacking Io after leading to the Rhea save. That added more fuel to the Asuka heel turn because she's, all pissed off that, so it's like you don't want our help, but Rhea's help is okay. It's like,
right.
And her getting frustrated. It's like, Right. So this is definitely building toward Kabuki Wars against Io and Rhea, which will kick ass.
The Bailey stuff. Where are we going with this?
It's definitely a heel turn, but is it like a play on Randy? It's like she's hearing voices in her head.
I'm like it's the Randy it's like a Randy Orton with hearing voices in her head mixed with like a Wyatt Six style promo package.
Yeah, it's a little mix of both. I don't know if she's going to be like a split personality or something, but it's got my attention.
At least it's something different.
If they pull it off, and I'm fine with her going back to being heel because they definitely need heels, and she kicks ass as a heel. So
I mean, she's Bailey. She kicks ass whatever she does.
Yeah,
she is the break glass. We need someone to make a good program.
Yeah,
like she is that level of. Unfortunately, she's not Rhea level of just over. Mm-hmm. She's not Becky Mike skills with in-ring, but she's Bailey.
Also, my worry about Lyra is in play because it's like she had like an interview last week and she had no match this week. So it's like this is what I was worried about with her not beating Becky at SummerSlam is that now she's getting lost in the show.
I don't.
They had to have the title on Becky for her feud with Nikki Bella. It's like that's what it feels like to me, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
but Nikki's over. I can't deny that. Nikki's still very popular with the fans, and so that I see why they're doing the match. So
Yeah, and I
yeah. That's why I was like, well, like when I heard the ding dong, hello, I was like, oh,
right. I don't think. I just think she's going to be more cynical
Did you
than
see
the.
what the heel voice said at the end? Would you like a hug?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's like so. They're playing with all of her history, not just so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, yeah. Are you surprised that we're getting at Clash in Paris? We're getting Roman and Bronson Reed.
Makes sense. With what's building, I figured they were going to have a one-on-one match. I originally thought he was going to be in the 4-way title match, but the stuff with Bronson, Roman's going to want to address that. So, that's his first singles match on a PLE in a long time. It's like
it's Cody.
Yeah. So that's going to be awesome. We've got Sheamus, Rusev, and Donnybrook. That's going to be banger after banger. So
right, it's going to be a banger. But that being said, this storyline has been a bit of.
Hopefully, this is going to put an end to this chapter, and then we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, I don't know, but it makes no sense on how just dull this feud has been. This crowd doesn't care or anything. Again, like I said, like WWE's kind of stale. Like as we're going through our
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, as we're going through our reviews, like it's like, oh, that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. But as I'm watching it, I'm like, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I should have won. But it's just not these like Smackdowns and these Raws have just been. Well, as I'm watching it, I'm just not feeling it. And then as I digest it, I'm like, okay, that was good, but I shouldn't have to digest it to know it was good.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way where it's like, there was some, I'm like, hey, it was all right. There was some good stuff, but there's a lot of spice missing. It's like
it's a lot of spice. And it just feels so paint by numbers in the way, like the presentation isn't right.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. It's definitely missing some stuff.
Because when you read it, you're like, "Oh, that was great, that was great, that was great," but the presentation wasn't there.
There's like a couple of storylines I'm really invested in, like what's going on in the women's division, whether it's the title picture, then Io, Rhea, and the Kabuki Warriors. That whole drama, I'm loving how that's been going so far, and the tension between Punk. Knight and Jey Uso over, who wants to take the title from Seth, so.
And Roman actually is appearing more than like once every decade. Like, I get that, but then I watch the show and I'm just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm with you.
On that. So that's why I'm just like, I'm so indifferent and it just feels stale, maybe because it's predictable and because it does have to do with the long-term booking and because we can predict it out. And it takes people getting pregnant or hurt for us to get a swerve.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. So, I don't got any more thoughts on Raw. You got any more before we move over to AEW and Dynamite?
No, I'm just, we were kind of scared a little bit about how they were booking LA Knight, and I think they've been booking him pretty well.
Yes. Yeah. I'm liking him and Punk not seeing eye to eye, so that allows us some good verbal exchanges.
Yeah, because they're like, well, what are they doing, Jey Uso? I'm like, he's over, dude. It just LA Knight is the one they're trying to get back to being a main event.
Yes, they are, and so I'm glad that he's in this. So
right. So as far as bookings, all right, for Dynamite, Will Ospreay opened the show with a promo saying he wasn't cleared, and that's why the match was lights out. He says he needs neck surgery, but wants to kick the Death Riders' ass first. They came out and brawled between heels and baby faces involved in the lights out steel cage match happened leading into the opening match. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jet Speed defeated the Death Riders. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage came out to the ring to cut a promo. They revealed that they had decided to join forces out of necessity. Christian is still in heel mode. As Copeland said, he's an asshole, but one he needs. They will deal with Christian's matriarchy problem first, then deal with Copeland's FTR problem afterwards. Kip Sabian and Mother Wayne showed up for the interruption. Nick Wayne was there because he has a broken foot. Oh, he wasn't there because he has a broken foot and will be out of action. Killswitch, former Luchasaurus, made a surprising return to help them. Killswitch came to the ring and hit chokeslam on Cope and Cage, so the heels stood tall. At Forbidden Door, it's Killswitch and Sabian against Cope and Cage. Brodito, which is Brody King and Bandito, defeated versus FTR. in the AEW World Tag Team Championship elimination match. Final match ended in a time limit draw. As a result, Tony Khan announced it would be a triple threat match at Forbidden Door with both teams against the Hurt Syndicate for the tag team titles. Hangman Adam Page came out to call out MGF, but he didn't appear. Tony Schiavone spoke on the microphone to reveal that MGF was backstage with a message. He appeared on the video screen backstage, revealing he had kidnapped Mark Briscoe, shown tied up to a chair and was holding him hostage with the help of Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. He had 3 demands for the AEW title match at the pay-per-view, and if Hangman didn't agree, they would set Briscoe on fire and pour gas over him. Demands were that the title could change hands via countout and DQ, and that MGF did not have to use his gauntlet contract for the match. Hangman agreed to save Mark. Main event, Mercedes Moné and Athena defeated Toni Storm and Alex Windsor, with Athena hitting the O-face on Alex. Stare downs were exchanged to close out the show. So what overbooking do you want to start with?
Let's start with the one that I felt the most offensive was MGF taking Mark Briscoe hostage with the help of Ricochet and the Gates of Agony to completely undo all the awesomeness that they did last week.
It's so overbooked.
That was completely unnecessary, and it's like it insulted my intelligence. I'm like, you did all that last week, and it was for nothing because MGA completely reversed it on Hangman by kidnapping Mark Briscoe and threatening to set him on fire.
It's just so he can keep his contract.
And now you set up almost like a lose-lose situation because it's like it makes no sense for Hangman to lose the title this quickly, but it's not going to make MJF look good. And then he's not using the contract, so is he going to try to execute his contract if he loses? And then if so, what happens? It's like then I worry that Briscoe's going to screw him over or something to screw up the title shot contract being used. Yeah, exactly. It's
just so overbooked.
They completely overbooked and complicated what was one of the things I was most looking forward to on the pay-per-view was the build to this match. And it's like Tony overbooked it and like I'm like, what the fuck? This is completely unnecessary and stupid.
Yeah, I was just like, what are we? My eyes went cross-eyed as MJF was going through that.
Yeah,
I was like,
as soon as he laid out the demands, I was just like, oh my god, no.
just at this point, just put Buff Bagwell's mom on a pole.
That was just not good.
That wasn't an egregious thing. That actually was a thing that happened in WCW.
Yeah, for those who weren't alive at the time, go look it up. It's Russell crap at its finest.
And then with the Adam Copeland Edge, Christian Cage stuff, where it's just they were like, well, they're both assholes, and
that worked for me because they explained it. They're like, okay, he's still a babyface, he's still a heel. They're working together out of necessity to take care of mutual problems they both have. So like, okay, we'll take care of your problem first, and then we'll take care of my problem first. Made perfect sense. Luchasaurus Killswitch coming back was a cool surprise. Sucks that Nick is hurt, but that was a good fill-in and surprise replacement. So that adds a little more intrigue and spice to that tag match at the pay-per-view. Okay. Let's go to the other thing that really has me concerned.
Hold on 1 second. With what you just said, you kind of won me over on that. I will say that you kind of won me over because it makes.
Because usually they don't explain this stuff. We're like, why are they working together? Why did they split apart? We actually got an explanation this time from them.
Because my fan theory overcompensated what I was presented. You know how sometimes you have these fan theories in your head, especially like the Star Wars movies and stuff like that. Like, oh, this is exactly how I would make the show or the movie. Like, yeah. Exactly.
Solo Monster said that perfectly with JD on TNT this week. It's like it's putting MGF in a bad position,
right? But it was my fan casting or like my fan type of thing where I was putting Christian Cage and Edge coming out to be like ENC's back. And then they gave us we're still not seeing eye to eye stuff. So it was me just having to digest the fact that I wasn't getting what I was wanting.
But what they said made sense storyline.
Yeah, it did.
Like the happy reunion is going to come. It's just going to take some time.
Right.
It's like Will Ospreay saying that he's not medically cleared.
Why would you do that?
Okay, this better be kayfabe, because if this was for real, Tony Khan is a really irresponsible dumbass.
I don't think it is. I think it's kayfabe.
It definitely has to be kayfabe, because Tony's not perfect, but he would not be stupid enough to allow someone to wrestle with with potentially suffering a serious injury.
Let me ask you this, Justin, because why is kayfabe, and why the reason that we're just go with me on this theory.
The way it came off made me go, that's not a good look, even if it's kayfabe.
Right, even if it's kayfabe. But the thing is if this was said in the 80s or 90s, you'd be like, oh, he fought through it. Right.
These days, these
days it's different. You can't do that narrative, especially after the Seth Rollins thing, where his
health of the wrestler is always the number one priority.
When you have dirt sheets in the internet and everything that knows that, hey, Will Ospreay is banged up, then he comes out and says, I probably shouldn't wrestle. This would work as a storyline in the 80s and 90s, because it's him overcoming life-threatening injuries for the sake of being awesome. It just doesn't work in 2025.
Yeah, because even he's like, it's a lights out match, so they're not liable. They're actually still liable. It's like that. I was just like, oh no. I'm like, oh.
The last time this type of stipulation would work was the non-sanctioned match that Sami Zayn and KO did.
Yes,
where it made sense.
Plus they were both going in healthy, although KO was more injured than he realized, unfortunately, when he did that match. It was like,
right. I know. We're sitting there like, oh, we're both going healthy. Well, actually,
in hindsight, we wish he hadn't done that match,
right,
or the ladder match. But
this was definitely. I hope it's kayfabe, because that would be really irresponsible.
It has to be.
I'm 90% sure it's kayfabe.
It has to be, because Tony can't be that stupid.
Yeah, he can't be that stupid. But it's just a fact of on the dirt sheets, and we just had, and anytime it deals with someone's neck. And Adam Cole, just stuff happened. You just that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't think this was not a good idea.
No,
it's like, so I'm sure something's going to happen in the match that will allow Ospreay to go off TV for a while. But when he said that, I'm just like, I'm like, Tony, come on, man. It's like you gotta think things through here, because that's not a good look. No matter if it's even if it's kayfabe.
I know some people didn't like that Bandito and Brody King and FTR ended in a draw. I actually liked it, because I like the team of Brody King and Bandito, at least adding something to the tag title.
The match was awesome. It was the best thing on the show, that match. It was awesome. I'm okay with it, because a little bit unpredictable, because I was expecting FTR to win, and it was going to be just FTR and Hurt Syndicate. But obviously, Tony decided to spice things up and not be as predictable, and so now it's triple threat. But it adds fuel to the rumors about MVP and the Hurt Syndicate resisting dropping the tag titles to FTR that came out in the dirt sheets, including from Frightful. So it makes me wonder, I guess maybe there's some truth to that, because now they can drop the titles without getting pinned in this match.
Pretty much. Because it all ends with FTR versus ENC.
It's for the titles.
For the titles. Do they need the titles?
Tony Khan is not going to resist the opportunity to belt Edge and Christian.
No. And honestly, how many times we watch, they've got one last run in them type of thing. And they both have shown, especially this in the twilight of their careers, not even twilight.
They do. They still got plenty of gas left in the tank.
They still got a lot of gas in the tank. Okay, so yes, I know we've complained like you don't need the titles to do it FTR, Edge and Christian, but the thing is, Edge and Christian with the titles just adds. I would.
And plus, whoever beats them for it, hopefully, will get super over.
Exactly. So people giving crap, being like, why does ENC need the titles, or why they need the titles? Like the Gunther Goldberg had made no sense to me.
Yeah,
ENC and FTR for the titles, 100%, 1000%, yes. Just having them just doing like a typical like blood feud, if you put the titles into it, that just adds more intrigue, because ENC is not retiring after that match where Goldberg was. So on that, but yeah,
I'm glad the ladies got the main event. The main event was fine. Yeah, they definitely want you to think of Athena is going to take the title from Tony because she fucking hit that nasty looking pile driver onto steel steps on her to be, Tony's not 100% going to the match, kind of thing. So
the one thing, even though they've booked Mercedes and Tony so over compared to the rest of the roster,
yeah,
at least Athena has shown. At least they're booking Athena to be like an actual threat, and even if she loses, she's still not.
Yeah.
Still not done.
They're working really hard to try to get Alex Windsor over, but she's kind of just a bland babyface. So it's like they obviously paired her with Tony trying to help get her over, and it's kind of working, but she still needs like character work. She's like very. It's like she doesn't have too much of a personality for me yet. She's fine in the ring, but she definitely needs to develop more of a character if she wants to get if they want her to get really over.
The thing is, they're the best babyface not named Tony Storm.
Yeah.
The best babyface to have not named Tony Storm at this point is Willow. I mean, it's just she's in
limbo right now.
Yep,
which I'm not a fan of.
Because they had Willow and Chris, and then they just started to fuck around with Chris's Statlander's.
So this show was a really. I'm leaning toward not. I'm gonna say overall not a fan of this episode. The education stuff was good. Brodito versus FTR was good. The rest of it, there was
just so overbooked.
The overbooking, the Osprey stuff, and then the MJF Hangman stuff left a really bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah. Just unfortunately, they were. They always try, but they sometimes try too hard.
Yeah, this is a case of Tony trying too hard and it backfired.
Yeah. Because
especially with the MJF Hangman stuff, that was just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, where WWE is stale because they're just not. It doesn't feel like they're trying. They're just paying by numbers. Whereas Tony keeps going when the dish is done. That's where I'm getting with AEW. Whereas you're getting a club sandwich with WWE right now, and then you're getting a over-seasoned like medium well steak with AEW, because they're just trying too much. Yeah. It's like sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
And then WWE is just giving us a club sandwich because club sandwiches are still good. They're still great, but they didn't wow me. So that's where I'm at with the two companies on that.
Definitely.
Now, going to NXT.
Yeah, let's finish off NXT and then we'll go over Forbidden Door and Heatwave.
Josh Briggs defeated Inamura in a Philadelphia street fight. That's the right call there. Ricky Saints defeated Jasper Troy. Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe had a face-to-face in the ring with Blake. With Blake protected by NXT security, Blake said she had a contract drawn up saying if Grace touches her, then the match at Heatwave is off. Blake said she didn't need to feel sorry for Grace because Grace feels sorry for herself. Grace said that Blake was jealous of Grace. The fans chanted Blake is jealous, with Grace said that Blake didn't like it. Blake called Grace pathetic. Grace said she didn't have to touch Blake to show what would happen at Heatwave. Grace beat up the security guys and laid them out. Grace told Blake that at Heatwave, she'll show her what ugly really looks like. Fatal Influence defeated the Elegance brand in a 6-woman tag team match. And the special guest was Masha Slamovich. So TNA was all over that episode. JC Jane was backstage with Fatal Influence complaining about the Elegance brand. Laney Reed told JC Jane to show them why you're a double champion. So Ruka and Zarya interrupted to say that Jane won't be a double champ after Sunday. Laney walked up to Sol and said that at least Jane defends both her titles. Sol told Zarya that she has the need for speed, referring to speed title. Charlie Dempsey.
Most likely defunct.
What'd you say?
Which is most likely.
Yeah.
The speed title.
Right. Charlie Dempsey talked to Kendall Gray, telling her that she has to lock in an armbar in a match. Gray said that she had an amateur wrestling background. Ren Sinclair walked in saying that Gray was 61-0 in college. Gray left. The Culling walked in to mock Charlie and Ren. So the Cullings, Easy Dame said there was no saving those two. NXT Canada, United States peace treaty took place in the ring as Ethan Page and Chelsea Green had a sit-down face-off with Tavion Heights and Tyler May Steele. Words were exchanged, setting up a mixed tag between them for Heatwave, and with a brawl between them, leaving the faces stand tall. You put Ethan and Chelsea together and just print money.
Yeah, they're great.
Ricky Saints was backstage talking to Miles Bourne. After Ricky left, Miles was confronted by Lexis King again. King said that he didn't know Bourne could wrestle at such a high level, thinking Bourne was deaf and blind. Bourne said he's deaf but not blind, so King sprayed something in his eyes. Bourne sold it while officials came in to check on him. Kalani Jordan was backstage talking to Lola Vice at the number one contenders match they had with Jada Parker at Heatwave. Last Legend came in to offer her 2 cents. Lash claimed she is the biggest threat to the NXT Women's title. Jordan and Parker each said they would win. Dark State approached Ava, the next GM, in the backstage area. Dark State said they would handle Hank and Tank at Heatwave when they win the NXT tag team titles. When Saquon Sugars, is it Sugars? Yeah, Sugars. Spoke. I'm just getting used to the Dark State's guys' names.
Yeah.
He mentioned Joe Hendry's name, and
he appeared.
Yeah, he did. This never gets old. Appeared out of some container behind them. Joe wondered which two of them it would be at Heatwave. Deion Lennox said, "You either get behind them or they leave you behind." Cutler James, the weird guy, said, "And you don't want us behind you." Joe said he was a strange young man. Oh gosh. I'll get to my yeah. Main event: Javon Evans defeated Trick Williams to become the number one contender for the NXT champion. TNA's Mike Santana appeared in the crowd to distract Trick, which allowed Javon to make a comeback and hit the top rope cutter to pin Trick and go on to face Obafemi for the NXT title at Heatwave. The show cut off as Javon won. To hitting the
it's like as soon as like the 3 count happened and he was declared the winner, the show ended right there.
All right. Well, congrats NXT. You were the best show of this week.
It's like they someone's time management was off.
Yeah, but congratulations NXT. You were the best show of this week.
Hopefully it wasn't. Hopefully Bruce Prichard watching there, looking over their shoulder.
Oh yeah. It was. Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry, Bruce. I'm sorry. It went over 2 minutes.
Yeah. Did Abyss book this whole show? Anyway, if he did, this was a great show. Like I said, this was the best show.
It was a pretty decent show for NXT.
Yeah, I mean, compared to what we had,
yeah,
I think this was the most solid show that they've.
I like the matches. The opening street fight was fun. Ricky versus Jasper, I thought was solid. The 6th one was fun. The main event, fucking cooked,
dude. That top rope bump through the table.
Javon is nuts, man.
He is the Darby Allin.
Yeah,
he's the African American Darby Allin.
Yeah, he crazy. Yeah. Javon and Trick, they had a fucking banger TV main event.
And again, I don't like to pin your champions, but the champion is not the champion of this brand.
But Mike Santana was involved, so
exactly, it made sense. 1, he wasn't the champion of the brand, and 2, Mike Santana. Mm-hmm. So it worked out.
Yeah.
All right. I'll start with you though. That was my kind of like 2 cents on the show.
Let's see. The whole gag with Dark State and Joe Hendry. It was I like how they're setting up Cutler James as like the one that says like the really weird stuff. I love how Joe Hendry calls.
I like the fact that they're leaning into
like, you're a strange young man.
Yeah, I like the fact that they're leaning into this as the Dark State is having personalities.
Exactly, it's giving them personalities, and that's a good thing. So
yeah.
They're probably going to take the titles from Hank and Tank. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. No, Dark State. They're booking Dark State very well right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of intrigue in the women's division. Let's see where things go with Soul.
That's the thing is, what are they going to?
Not sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, well, that to go on Soul. Now, since you brought her up, I don't know where they're trying to go with her, because there really isn't any intrigue of other than just like, hey, Soul, you face this person. All right, now Soul, you face this person. There's no story.
It feels like there's a lack of a good challenger for her right now. Now that looks like she's pretty much done with the culling. So because the culling has moved on to mess with Red Sinclair and Charlie Dempsey instead. So, it feels like they don't have a good challenger or direction yet for her, even though she's like the champion.
Zarya is the
you
next
don't,
one.
might as
But
well
you
start showing more cracks during Zarya and let them split and feud.
That's what I was saying. I said the same thing. I was like, might as well just have Zarya start showing cracks. But it's this thing is like, it's kind of like with Charlotte and Alexa. Like, you kind of want to let's just see how far we can take this because they work so well together. And plus, online, those two post stuff all the time that are very entertaining. And so it's just tough to sit there and like, all right, let's break them up now. So that's probably why they're so stagnant with Soul's booking, is because they were probably wanting to break up Zarya and Soul, but they work so well together.
They wanted to last a little bit longer.
Right.
I enjoyed the sit down between Chelsea, Ethan, Tavion, and Tyron May Steele.
Oh, it was Chelsea and
all
Ethan.
thanks to Ethan and Chelsea.
Chelsea and Ethan.
Tavion's getting pretty solid on the mic there. Tyron needs some work, but Tavion's starting to hold his own. It's
you don't have to tell me twice about Tavion. You know how I feel about him.
So looking forward to that mixed tag. That should be fun.
I'm so proud of Tavion for the fact that they're putting him in this, because a lot of times, especially in NXT, this is them test. This is his final.
Yeah, this is a test because then after this, then he can go after Ethan for the title.
Right.
So this is just like the beginning of their feud.
Right. This is his midterm.
Yeah.
Right. And so far, I think he is doing when he is not acing it. I don't think he's acing it.
Right.
But he is definitely showing a passing grade of where you need to do in his progression, because we know he's got in ring and he has some personality. Can he put the mic skills together? Which is the biggest question mark of a lot of NXT people is, can you put the mic skills on top of your in-ring wrestling? Yep. Ethan had that coming into it. Ricky Saints already has it. Obafemi was the one that was the first one that I saw was a complete wrestler that really didn't need much coaching. Tyra, you can see why she still needs to be in NXT. Like, she probably has the in-ring down. Oh, yeah. Her mic skills are very novice. But right now, Tavion is making the progressions we would like him to get.
Yeah. Also trying to build Miles up with this feud of Lux King. Now he's really fucking with him, so we're going to see where that goes. Let's see. I can't think of anything else.
Jordan and Blake, they can feud forever.
Yes. Oh, thanks for reminding me. Yeah. The Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe face off, that was really well done. Great stuff from both ladies.
Mm-hmm.
I loved how Jordan grabbed, she grabbed her hand, but didn't squeeze. But Blake was like, I'm going to show you. I was like, that was really good. A lot of good stuff. The fans were definitely into it. So thumbs up on that. I'm looking forward to that match. I don't think it's a one and done. So I have a feeling it's not. I have a feeling it's not either. I hope
what do you think is the blow off match stipulation?
Good question.
I'm thinking street fight probably, because we know Blake can do it.
I like last woman standing because you don't see that very often.
Yeah, I can do that. But hardcore matches, Blake's got that in the bag, and of course
she got that in the bag. Yeah,
George Jordan. You have to have a heart. I just need some color between these two ladies. Give the ladies some color.
Yes, let them have some color. That would be nice. At some point. I think that's about it.
I just need them to book Ricky Saints better.
Yes. Hopefully, hopefully this thing with Jasper Troy's done with, and we can figure out something better for him.
Last thing.
I'm liking the heel turn with Briggs. The stuff with Emma, that was good.
Briggs,
they're definitely Briggs and Ricky Saints had a little slight run in there, so that might be his next feud.
I don't know why is the crowd is making me not care about Josh Briggs, and it's not Josh Briggs' fault.
No, I'm liking his work. It's just the fans aren't behind it just yet. So,
and sometimes you feel like they're giving good work and the fans don't connect. Yeah, It's the same thing with Rusev and Sheamus. It's they're doing good work, but they're missing something, and the fans don't care.
Yeah.
The same thing with Briggs. It's he's doing good work, but there's something missing, and the fans don't care, and therefore it translates to me on screen of that should pop, but it doesn't. That should bring heat, but it doesn't. And they're just telling him to shut up and they don't want him to shut up as heat. They want him to shut up just because they don't care, and that's the worst you could have. And the same thing is, I'm worried about not only Josh because they're giving him a push, but also Kalani is very much in limbo, and there's no upward trajectory for her.
Mm-hmm.
With the Kalani Jordan situation. Because Jada, you can see, Lola, they just re-signed, and Lola's fine. Kalani, I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, put her in a tag team or something.
Yeah.
Because you're not, she had the NXT Women's Championship, and that was kind of a nothing burger. She's not good enough on the mic.
Yeah, Kalani needs to improve her mic skills because Lola talks good, Lash talks good,
Jada's great.
Jada talks really damn good. That's the only weakness for Kalani is her mic, is her promo work. So that's why I'm okay with her still being NXT because if she can iron that out, then I feel she'll be more ready for the main roster.
Yeah, but it's Kalani is unfortunately right now is that there is so many good superstars. And she's so good.
Soul has surpassed her. Like her and Soul are very similar, but
right.
Soul surpassed her.
Soul surpassed her. Jada surpassed her. Lola's. They came.
They're definitely high on Lola. I mean, plus she re-signed, so it's like
right. And plus she's doing a lot of AAA stuff.
Yep.
But I'm worried for Kalani. I'll just put it that way because
and that's understandable. That's justifiable concern. So
because she's not making that next step that Jada's made.
We'll wait and see what happens after this triple threat at Heatwave.
Yeah.
I don't have any other thoughts on the show. You?
No. Other than the fact that Lash Legend should be on the main roster at this point.
She feels she's about ready.
Yeah, I mean she's fine. She's not not as good as some on the mic, but she has that presence.
Yep.
She's a powerhouse. And the only reason we don't have
character, it's like when she talks, it's like you understand her character. She's got attitude. I like that.
And the thing that's another reason why I just disliked Nia Jax being back on SmackDown when she just had it felt like that was the start of something with Lash, and she's back doing a feud with Tiffany. I'd rather her just go back. Lash. I hope Lash shows up to screw over Nia Jax in some form or fashion on SmackDown. That's what I'll say. That's all I got for NXT.
Yep, same here. Almost forgot. Real quick before we get to going over Forbidden Door and Heatwave on Sunday. I got to watch Triple Mania on YouTube on Saturday night. It was a fun show. Some fun matches. The main event was definitely killer. The 4-way was awesomeness. It was overbooked in a good way, and the AJ Styles appearance to fuck Dom over so it cost him the title was fantastic.
They popped for him.
They went nuts when it's like they saw that it was AJ behind that under that mask. It was a really fun show to watch. Lots of good matches. Nothing truly terrible. Oh, and Omos meeting Microman were the highlights of the year. I laughed so hard.
And the fact that Microman pinned Otis.
Pinned Otis. Oh, and that's the other thing. Otis is back. Welcome back, Otis. Glad you're back from injury. And also glad that Omos is out of exile.
And he's officially part of AAA right now.
Cool.
That's what they've said. That's what they're keeping him in AAA.
Good for him.
Because he did pose with Microman on his shoulder and the both of them flexing. So this is the start. I think this is the start of like a Microman almost thing, which I don't keep up with AAA, but that's kind of what they're going.
Yeah, their version of a Rumble match was a fun way to open the show. It was. I had a good time. It's like if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, especially the main event. That main event was a banger.
Yeah. The other thing was okay. So for all you travelism people out there, speaking about AAA, I'm talking about something I'm going to lead into it. Something that was really fun that they did that I still go back and laugh at, and I felt that was good entertainment wrestling. But it's the same thing that if it happened on AEW, someone would be like, "Oh my god, that's so dumb," and blah 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 blah. Was the iguana versus the demon? puppets. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that happened. I enjoyed.
Oh, I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. That was the other awesomest part. Was Mr. Iguana against the
Demonite or whatever it was called.
Demonito.
Demonito. Yeah.
Demon Puppet. That was fucking awesome.
That was awesome. That being said, they're kind of what I'm saying is that was awesome, right? And then you're going to turn around and if they did something like that on AEW, they'd be like, "Oh, that's so gimmicky,"
right?
And blah blah blah, and oh, Tony doesn't know what he's doing. He's just doing on blah. But no, if you thought that was fun, don't give shit to AEW. I just want to keep. I want the hypocrisy to go away because
also Roxanne got to be on the show and also got to help Judgment Day get the victory. So
yeah, and
the Prodigy pays dividends.
yeah, and a lot of people noticed the Prodigy that night on the internet. Every time I refresh, some other person was just was smiling because of the Prodigy being there. I'll put
there was a lot of sweatiness going on.
A lot of people were sweaty because of Roxanne. I'm like, yeah,
there's
okay. That's not why I. That's not okay. That being said, yeah, she's a very attractive woman.
Yes,
but that's not why I'm biased towards her. It's because of her as a wrestler and a worker.
She's a very lovely lady, but I love her.
It doesn't hurt that she's a very attractive woman.
And her in-ring work. It's like,
right.
Especially, it's like really go watch Theater of Van Fleet. It's like, how can you not love that woman after?
Oh yeah, no. As soon as this is over, that was kind of my plan for the night. Was we do the show, have a great show, and then I'm gonna go watch Chris Van Fleet interview the Prodigy / the Golden Goose. Yes, I'm still going to let her know that she needs to do that mantra well as the Golden Goose. And just give me like 5% of her merch rights. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm gonna give away told some cool stuff. Some stuff you've heard. Some stuff I don't think I've heard her say before. So that's all. So won't ruin any of the surprises.
And then
anything else before we get to
Triple Mania? We did have title change. The tag team titles.
Yes, Los Garza lost them to Pagano and Psycho Clown. That was a fun street fight. Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, I didn't see it. Is Psycho Clown, other than Mr. Iguana being over with the U.S. crowd, is Psycho Clown? Can he make the transition?
I think he can.
Okay, Mr. Iguana, I think is easy. That's easy. That's done. Yeah. Psycho Clown was the one that we also talked about. Of like he's got WWE actual main event, Penta, like that luchador, like you put him on the main roster, he's going to draw. Mm-hmm. Did he show something? Did he show that extra gear?
Yeah.
That would make sense for him to be on the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do? That's what I'm asking. Like, did he show that?
I will say whoever came up with Finn Balor Demon Puppet, props.
the guy that designed it. The guy designed is the same dude
that was selling for $100 a pop on the WWE shop website.
Yeah, so, and they still don't have Mr. Iguana selling there because you know why? Because you can buy it on Amazon for $20.
Yep,
they were about to do that, and they people were like, "Why isn't Mr. Iguana up?" I'm like, because they were going to, but then someone pointed out online you can buy the same puppet,
but for cheap on Amazon.
On Amazon, they're like, so why are we gonna?
Yeah, they're not gonna charge. They're not gonna be able to get away charging like $50 to $100.
No.
So we got two big shows on Sunday from both AEW and WWE. So we got Forbidden Door pay-per-view from London, and then in the evening, that's in the afternoon because of time difference, and then we've got NXT Heatwave in the evening. So you want to do Forbidden Door first?
Heatwave
first? Okay. All right. So we got 6 matches for Heatwave. We've got the grudge match between Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe. I think Blake's probably going to win this one.
Yeah, and because I want
the feud to win. I'm sure.
Right. I want the feud to continue.
Yeah. For sure.
So Blake just got there.
Yeah.
So you need her to go over.
Yeah.
In a sense, like just some bullshit reason.
Yeah. Just she'll find some way to cheat to win or something. That'll just piss Jordan off.
This is your next big superstar, like not just on NXT, but like of your future, and you're gonna already have her lose straight up to Jordan Grace.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Jordan can afford the loss. Sorry,
Jordan can afford the loss. Yeah.
All right, and then we got the NXT Tag Team titles on the line as Hanky Tank defend against Dark State. They don't know which 2 members of Dark State. That's the
Talk about the Freebird.
Yeah, talk about Freebird rules. Dark State's definitely going to win this.
Yeah, Dark State's win that.
Hank and Tank have had a nice run of the titles. It's helped them get over as a tag team, but it feels like a title change is due.
It's just my fear of Hank and Tank is still the same. It just feels like a path to being okay.
We'll see. We'll see how they do after losing the titles. We'll have to see. All right. Then we've got a TNA crossover as Jason Jane has to defend the Knockouts title in a triple threat against Master Slammer, the foreign champ, and Ash by Elegance, formerly known as Dana Brooke.
I don't think they take the title off of JC just yet.
Yeah, I think JC's going to find a way to escape this one and still be double belted for the time being.
Yeah. I just think right now, the momentum that JC's having right now.
Yeah.
The heat that she's bringing to both shows.
Yeah, they want to roll with it for a little bit longer, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. One of the ones I'm looking forward to, triple threat match to determine who gets the next shot at the NXT Women's Championship. Whoever wins will become the number one contender. Jada Parker versus Kalani Jordan versus Lola Vice.
It should be Jada. My heart. I don't think my head says that. I think it's going to be Lola.
My heart would also like Jada, but my head's telling me it's going to be Lola.
I think my head says Lola. Just because Lola is the more of the baby face. Yeah. Jada is not.
Exactly. Yeah. She's still kind of like a heel, even though the fans are rooting for her. So there's it's a little odd, but eventually they're probably going to have to turn her face just because the fans like her so much.
Right.
Then we got the mixed tag match. Chelsea Green and Ethan Page, Team Canada against Team USA, Tyra May Steele and Tavion Heights.
Tyra and Tavion are going to win this.
Probably, I would think so.
To put more pressure on the fact that Tavion.
Put more pressure on Ethan to get Tavion a North American title shot.
When's the last time Chelsea's won a match? Unfortunately,
right. She's definitely there to help get Tyra over. I guarantee it.
That's exactly what
so that should be fun. And then the main event. This is where things we're gonna have to figure out what's going to happen. Obafemi is defending against Javon Evans. Is Javon going to dethrone Oba? I'd say it's 50-50. I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger, but they could.
Yeah, because this is the either they're going to do two things. This isn't either Oba's going to win, but Javon's going to push him to the brink and want some other rematch or something, and then he's going to beat Oba.
Yeah.
Or Javon's going to beat Oba. Like I don't. If Oba wins, Javon and Oba are going to go at it one more time.
Uh-huh.
With the way they're booking
in September, I believe it is coming up soon next as well. Right. So that's the next PLE for NXT is right around the corner, and but that should be a fun match though. We'll see what happens. I won't be surprised if they pull the trigger, but I could still see Oba holding on to it for a little bit longer. He's had the title since the beginning of the year, so he's had a pretty good run with it. So, but I just don't. It's like I see Javon doing it. I just don't know if they're gonna pull the trigger now. Because the only other person I can see doing is Ricky States, but they're not. They haven't put Ricky into the title picture yet. It's like they're keeping the mid card for the time being.
I mean, the way they've been booking Javon, the way that Javon's been performing, and his mic work, even though it's okay at best, he's the only one. The way they've been booking it to make sense to defeat Oba.
Yeah.
Trick could still cost Javon the title again, and then all that. I just feel like that's overbooking it. I think this needs to have some type of weird finish where
we'll see.
Something happens to where Javon. It's not shenanigans on the fact of Oba being a heel because Oba is not a heel at this point. I just feel like they're probably going to put Oba over, but something weird's going to happen to where it's going to give the edge to Oba and not Javon just losing clean.
Yeah.
To where Javon's like, if it wasn't for so and so, I don't. The whole like almost had you type of thing, and the Russian is cut type of things you can do.
Kind of.
You can do that to where Javon finally gets over the hump, kind of the Tony D'Angelo type of thing, where he finally beat Oba for the NXT North American. So you can kind of do that storyline to where when Javon finally wins it, it's a really monumental thing. So I would not put if I was booking it, I would not put Javon over yet. But this isn't the last.
I'm fine with that. So we'll see what happens. It looks like it'll be a decent show. I'm not as excited for this one versus Forbidden Door, but it's just so big. There's some.
That's why I wanted to start with this first, because this wasn't the one that was. I wanted Forbidden Door last.
Yeah. So the show will hopefully be a solid show. All right, now we'll cap things off here with AEW and other companies crossover Forbidden Door. We don't know the match order yet or what the main event is, so I'm just gonna go through them in the way I'm seeing them listed here for the time being. But I'll save MGF and Hangman for last because I'm going to assume that's the main event. Let's start off with the one that we were talking about earlier, that the Lights Out Steel Cage match, 5-on-5. The Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, along with Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Will Ospreay taking on the Death Riders, represented by Moxley and Claudio, the Young Bucks, and Gabe Kidd from New Japan. This is going to be what it's going to look, what you would expect. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be blood. It's going to be weapons and all kinds of shit.
I expect Darby to get the pin.
I expect the baby faces to win, and then, but like Moxley, they might do an injury angle for Ospreay afterwards, because they want to get that. They're kind of like delaying that Darby Moxley one-on-one match, so I can see the baby faces win this because it further cause problems for Death Riders.
I expect like Darby to pin Wheeler or something.
Yeah, well,
I feel like Darby's going to be the one to pin to win.
Yeah, I can
push
see that.
the Darby Moxley situation.
Just hopefully no one gets seriously hurt.
No.
All right. Then we got the triple threat for the AEW Tag Team titles as the Hurt Syndicate defends against FTR and Brody King and Bandito.
FTR is pinning either Brody
FTR's
or Bandito.
It's so predictable. FTR is walking away with the titles. Probably pinning Brodito in order to do it to protect the Hurt Syndicate. Is what I expect.
Whatever.
Hopefully, it'll be a good match.
Yeah.
One that's definitely guaranteed to hopefully be a banger is the unified title match. Okada defending against Swerve. This should be.
Okada's going to win because they just announced today that Swerve has a torn meniscus for like ever.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, that Sean Ross. Let me go to the next thing as I pull this up. But yeah.
Oh yeah, well, Okada's definitely winning. I'm probably gonna do like an injury ankle. Then we got AEW Women's Title match. Athena's cashing in her gauntlet contract to challenge Timeless Toni Storm for the title. This one I'm really looking forward to. I think Toni and Athena could have a fucking banger. I would love to see Athena win the title, but I don't see Toni taking it off Toni just yet. Yeah, exactly. I did not. I must have missed this. It's like hopefully.
Yep. Yeah, he's torn meniscus since 2019.
Since 2019?
Yeah, according to Sean, 8 hours ago it was posted. Yeah, he's been working the torn meniscus since 2019, which could possibly lead to surgery sooner than later. They wouldn't have leaked this out and posted it if they probably wouldn't do an injury angle with him.
I would assume Okada.
So. Yeah. Which fucking sucks because I love Swerve.
Yeah, exactly. Toni Athena is going to cook.
Yeah.
My heart would want. I love both ladies very much, especially Toni. I would love to see Athena take the title. I just don't see taking it off Toni just yet.
No, Athena is Athena is definitely the way they've been booking her. Is
especially after she had the big win over Mercedes at All In. So, but hopefully, this is not the end of the feud, and Athena does not get banished back to our ROH Phantom Zone.
No.
Yeah, I know. It's like since 2019. Yeah, that's pretty wild that he's been wrestling.
Well, again, torn meniscus is different than a torn ACL.
Yeah.
Now, granted, since 2019, that's insane. But Seth Rollins wrestled on a torn meniscus leading up to WrestleMania 40 for like how many years or something like that?
It must be a tear, but not like a significant tear that he's been able to continue to operate. But it's something that obviously he should get taken care of.
I mean,
so.
it was from D'Angelo family, the female.
Oh yeah, Rizzo. Oh, she tore her ACL.
Right, but it was an ACL strain because
Yeah.
she remember she made that online like little promo on her.
Yeah, I forgot
Twitter.
I kept forgetting to bring it up. It's like best wishes to Adriana Rizzo. She's going to be out with that ACL injury.
Yeah.
It sucks for her.
Yeah.
That explains why she hasn't been in the ring for some time. Okay. So I guess we're both expecting Tony to somehow retain.
Yeah.
Okay. The one I really don't care about because I don't see her losing is the Fatal 4-Way for the TBS title. Mercedes is defending against Alex Windsor and representatives from CML and Stardom. Persephone from CMML and Bozilla from Stardom.
I mean, Mercedes is going to get it with another title somehow.
I don't see. I would be shocked if Mercedes somehow loses the title here.
Yeah.
Then we got TNT title match, Kyle Fletcher against Takahashi. Kyle's going to win that.
Yeah. Kyle's going to win that. And also, shout out to Takeshita, who won the G1.
Yes, congrats to him. This one could potentially also reach banger territory. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness with Daniel Garcia in his corner.
Yeah, it should. But how much does Nigel have in the tank? Because Zach's going to bring it.
Yeah.
So
if Nigel has got his cardio up, this match is going to kick ass.
Because obviously it's Daniel Bryan, and Zack Sabre is kind of like the next coming of Daniel Bryan as far as in-ring work and psychology. But Nigel McGuinness versus Daniel Bryan still was going
to be really fucking over in London.
Right.
Do you think Garcia's going to turn on him?
Yeah.
I have that feeling.
Yeah. Why would you have him in the corner if he wasn't going to do something?
Yeah, Bozo does kind of look like a little bit like Bailey Humphrey from LFG. It's like I have to agree with the kid. That has the potential to be really awesome. So fingers crossed on that. Then we got the tag match as Edge and Christian reunite against Kip Sabian and now Killswitch instead of Nick Wayne because Nick is out with a broken foot.
Yeah. It stinks, but Killswitch is back, which he had a really bad scare. So I'm glad to see Killswitch back, which I forgot to bring up. Because remember, he had a hell scare.
Yeah, I think our boys are gonna be here.
Yeah, I just need my 5-second pose.
They'll pick Kip Sabian because they're not
people. Honestly, I just now thought about it. Not to go into it, but because we're at the end of the show. But I just want to see them do the spin on the those people with flash photography of the 5-second pose, but they don't have flash photography anymore. It's like those with cell phones or something. I want to see that spin.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think it's like at a predetermined time when they get like the IWGP title shot for winning the G1.
Typically, it's Wrestle Kingdom. Wrestle
Kingdom. Okay. Thank you.
Typically,
you know a little more about New Japan than I do. So
typically, not to say that they won't do it, because New Japan is very cold right now.
It is,
but typically it happens at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, and then which hopefully should be the main event: AEW title match, Hangman and Page defending against MJF, and thanks to the stupid shenanigans on Dynamite. The title can change hands on account of or disqualification.
They took all of the weight off of this match.
Yes, because now it's super predictable that Hangman's going to win this match.
It's all the weight. All the weight went away. I know you're trying to protect MJF, but you're hurting him and you're hurting.
There's one thing about stacking the deck against a babyface, but when you stack it this much, it becomes much more obvious that the babyface is not losing this match.
Yeah,
so,
it's.
Yeah.
The only thing with Forbidden Door is you're going to fall into the same victim of some of the other pay-per-views. We're going to have a great card until the main event, and it's going to be kind of a dud because no one cares because you booked it that way.
Which is why I'm hearing there's rumors that they might end with the lights out cage match instead.
They should, honestly, because you booked yourself with some bullshit with these two. And Hangman is the best person. MJF and Hangman, you're just wasting it.
Yeah, exactly. It's It's like the more I thought about it, I was like, no, this is not working for me, bro. It still should be an awesome match between these two, but the overbooking here has dampened my enthusiasm for the match.
It has. Because I was so for it a week ago.
Still, I think there's a lot of good stuff on this show. Potential for a couple of really damn good matches, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I just hope Okada. I was so looking forward to Okada and Swerve until I read that from Sean Ross Sapp, and I'm just like,
I still think that
they're going to deliver because Swerve's insane.
Yep.
And that was the match I was looking forward to.
Okada may not be like
Okada,
but he can still go.
Right. So. When's the last time we had a singles between Swerve and Okada?
Yeah, this is like awesomeness. It's like I was like Okada and Swerve. Hell yeah, give that to me and inject it right into my veins.
Right. And then Sean Ross having to do his job and tell me that it has a torn meniscus. I'm like, damn it, Sean.
Oh man,
he wouldn't have released that if it wasn't for a reason. Whereas Swerve's probably going to be on the shelf for a little bit. Anyway, anything else you got? I know we're at an hour 55, so about time to wrap up.
No, I think that covers it.
All right. Well, Caden and Giff, thank you so much for the comments.
Yes, thank you guys
everyone, let us know your all's predictions down below in the comment section there. And thank you, Justin, as always, for joining me every week. Now, as far as next week, I will not be here. We're trying to keep the show going, so hopefully I have another fill-in for me as I've got some family stuff going on. I typically do this every Labor Day, so this isn't like the first time this ever happened in the history of Ruckus Wrestling, but we're going to still try and get you the show next week. If anything, we'll be here in 2 weeks from today to bring you catch you up on the 2 weeks that has happened, but we're going to still try and bring you the show as it stands. But of other stuff we have going on, you have our live draft for our Discord channel, much less this channel, the Rev Sports Fantasy Draft. Tushka and I will be drafting, obviously, our own teams, much less we'll have some of our other Discord members on as well as they are drafting on Monday. We'll be going live at 6:30 Central. The draft will be going on at 7 Central. So if you want to watch a live fantasy draft, I know it sounds boring sometimes, but as a lot of people out there are into fantasy leagues, so if you want to sit there, we shoot the breeze. So you get the live draft in person as us just shooting the shit with each other and also going over draft picks and why this person was stupid, why this person was right. At the end of the day, we don't know because they got to play the games. And then on Wednesday, again, I will not be there for Rev Sports Wrap It Up. We're going to try and thank you, Caden. You two stay safe. And then we'll try and bring that there. And then obviously going forward, you will have the Fantasy F-Room. We'll be back on Mondays at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. And then obviously if we don't, we're going to try and get Ruckus Wrestling. Like I said, we'll be back 2 weeks from tonight, if anything. And then we have 2 weeks from Friday, we'll have our Rev Book Club for everyone that wants to join our Discord. The Discord link is down below. It is free to join. So please hop over there. We try and do hangouts and stuff. We had a nice little hangout a couple of nights ago. And we try and always get all of us to hang around and just shoot the breeze and just hang around with each other because we are internationally known on the Discord. It's not just a couple people in the same state. There's multiple states, multiple countries. That we are all part of that Discord over there, a part of the Rev Ruckus EV universe that we love and hate and love you all so much for over there. And we love you all to join it on that. I am repeating myself.
One other thing, Brian Danielson on commentary, please make that a regular thing. He was fantastic this week. He's one of the other highlights of Dynamite this week. That's why I wore a shirt today.
Oh, perfect. Well, Brian Danielson, thank you for everything you do as well.
I also loved how he got angry when Ospreay was dissing vegan sausage.
That makes sense. That tracks. Yeah, that tracks.
He got up out of his seat like he was going to get in the ring.
Well, shout out to Brian Danielson. As always, the American Dragon, one of the greatest wrestlers you've ever seen in the squared circle.
Use a breath of fresh air. Everyone more often, please.
But yes, but that about does it for us. Justin, we did it again. As always, it's been a pleasure. You know what, guys? I hope to see y'all next week. If you do join in, I will not be here, but peace.